What's up MMO fans, it's XMRPG here bringing you a slight twist on our top 10 list this time. Not really highlighting the top 10 because that'd be a bit shitty, but highlighting the 10 deaths caused by MMO games and video games. Did your parents ever tell you can have too much of a good thing? Well, it turns out that's true. We've compiled a list of 10 tragic and gruesome deaths that have been tied to MMO games and the gaming industry in recent years. You'll have to excuse me if I sound a bit snuffled. I do have a bit of the man flu, but you know, I've got to push on through, get a video out for you guys. So here we are. In at number 10, it's EverQuest Suicide. Sony Online Entertainment's award-winning flagship MMORPG game EverQuest has long been considered an MMO of the highest quality, but that level of appeal is not without its drawbacks. Sean Woolley from Wisconsin, USA found comfort in the world of EverQuest as he faced learning disabilities and emotional problems in reality, offering an avenue of escape unlike any other. Sadly, shortly after finding a new job and leaving his family home, Sean committed suicide, leaving more than a little EverQuest login screen behind. Coming in at number 9 is a Taiwanese teen dies after a 50-hour Diablo 3 marathon. Hardcore gamers are the celebrities of the video gaming world, whether it's a 40-hour marathon on Twitch TV or a world record attempt for the longest gaming session. We're a culture obsessed with one-upmanship, but this one gamer took things way too far. Identified simply as Chuang, I've probably pronounced that wrong, so give me a break on that one. This 18-year-old gamer from Taiwan decided to check into an internet cafe on Friday to join the release of Diablo 3. 2 days later, concerned staff went to check on the boy, only to find him collapse as soon as he got up. It is said that Chuang spent over 50 hours playing Diablo 3 and did not sleep or eat in this time at all. In at number 8, we have a South Korean man that died after playing StarCraft in another 50-hour marathon. 50 hours seem to be the limit of the human body as yet another gamer falls victim to a marathon video game session, this time on the critically acclaimed RTS StarCraft. South Korean authorities reported that a 28-year-old man spent over 50 hours straight in the world of StarCraft, stopping only to use the bathroom. Harsh. Typically when the press attack gaming for causing violence and such, Gears of War is not one of the targets. It's not one of the most frustrating games of our generation. However, that didn't stop one 13-year-old from brutally attacking a fellow student, slitting his throat after an argument broke out regarding the game. The two boys initially met through multiplayer games over Xbox Live before arranging to meet several times later in real life. The result? One brutal murder and a young man citing violent video games as the reason for his outbursts. Tragic. Next up is one Chinese gamer taking World of Warcraft way too far. We've all imagined giving bullies a supercharged taste of their own medicine, but whereas most people just imagine having the powers to hurt their harasser, one boy from Beijing took it to a whole new level. The 17-year-old boy blamed World of Warcraft for his actions after losing a fight with another classmate before drenching him with gasoline and setting him ablaze. The perpetrator claimed he transformed into a fire mage during the incident, which gave him the power to set his enemy on fire. Coming in at number 5 is another tragic suicide over at World of Warcraft. Now I consider World of Warcraft to be boring enough to push anyone to the edge, but I never dreamt it would be like this. In 2004, a young World of Warcraft player committed suicide after plummeting 24 stories to his death, leaving behind a simple note explaining that he wanted to join the heroes of World of Warcraft. That's not the way to do it. Number 4 shows just how incredibly valued some in-game items are to some people, as a Chinese man stabbed a friend to death over a virtual sword. Legends of Mir may have failed to capture the hearts of the Western audience, but things couldn't have been more different in the East. Zhu Kaiyan, a player reportedly addicted to the playing online Legends of Mir, sold a virtual sword belonging to his friend Kui Chongwei, which resulted in his friend stabbing him to death, despite Zhu offering to pay Kui the full amount of the sword's value. A sad loss of life over something virtual and meaningless, really. We've all had that month where we've scrambled together a few bucks to pay for that next subscription fee, but very few people take it this far. $10 to $15 for a subscription fee may not seem like a lot of money to some people, but others find themselves willing to kill for it. A 13-year-old Vietnamese boy was a big fan of a subscription-based MMO game, but found himself struggling to find a sub fee. Instead of mowing the lawn or helping with the groceries, the young boy decided to attack and murder an 81-year-old woman with the hopes of stealing enough to pay for the game. Another loss of life. This is arguably one of the saddest things I've ever heard, and it makes me ashamed to be human. One of the most shocking and appalling deaths ever attributed to video games involved a 41-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman who met through a popular online game, which saw the couple regularly spending over 12 hours at nearby internet cafes. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That is, unless you've got a 3-month-old baby at home that relies on you to survive. The neglect was so severe that the baby passed away while the couple were at an internet cafe raising a virtual child in the game. Something that had them so obsessed they forgot their own child. Oh, terrible. And last but not least, we have another tragic death, this time of an 11-year-old who was stabbed 40 times over Dota 2. The tragic loss of life is rarely a laughing matter, but if you had to guess what genre would be blamed for the most heinous death tied to video games, you'd have gone for the MOBA genre, right? Everyone would have done. It's frustrating as hell. An 11-year-old boy was having a bad game and accused one of his opponents, a 15-year-old that lived nearby, of hacking. Instead of defending himself with a verbal barrage of foul language, the 15-year-old instead lured his opponent to a construction site where he was beaten and killed, having been stabbed over 40 times. So there we go, guys, 10 deaths associated with MMO and video games. Now, I personally do not believe that video games cause violence, but obviously people have a different opinion on the matter. Let us know what yours are in the comment below. If you enjoyed the video, well, that's probably the wrong word. If you found the video informative, do leave a like and a subscribe. We do appreciate all of our followers. All of these are proven. They're not just hearsay, they are proven from various news outlets around the globe and such, so you can rest assured that the stuff in here is factual, which really makes it all the more disturbing. Have a good new year. Hopefully we'll catch you soon, and if your game sends you this mad, take some time off.